to my Wonderland skirt. We have got 3 different waistband options for it, and I'm going to show you the option number 2 in this video. The Wonderland collection has 8 pieces and you can all mix and match those together as you like. Now this one is for a skirt with a waistband where the jersey isn't so stretchy, it might not really hold the shape very well, so help yourself out and put some elastic in. And the inside is just like on the skirt with a yoga waistband. It's got a really nice full lining, and then we just overlock the whole lot on. So the first step is to have with the right sides facing the skirt sewn all the way around the edge, and then we'll turn it through the center. And here we've got that jersey which doesn't really stretch very well, and so I'm helping myself out with a little bit of elastic, and that is going to fit in here. So you need to cut your waistband twice the width of the elastic plus 2 centimeters for the seam allowance. And then I'm going to close this first 1 centimeter seam allowance, and effectively I'm making like a big circle here that I can then sew on to the waistband. First of all though, I'm going to sew around the skirt. This is such an easy technique. I just love the way that looks. I think it's so much better than having the top stitching showing. And then you want to cut back this seam allowance and turn the skirt and press it. And now we're going to sew together the waistband. 1 centimeter seam allowance, iron it apart, and then iron it lengthways again so that the seams are on top of each other. And your elastic is also got the waist measurement, and because we're overlapping it, it will come slightly shorter, like 1 inch shorter, and that's just about right. And then that's just going to be slotted inside here. They're fairly much the same size actually. And the skirt, we need to mark our 4 partition points so that we can then marry them up with the waistband. So I'm cutting, oops, a little bit off here, and then snip through the layers. Snip here and snip there. So now I have got those 4 equal parts of my skirt, and I can put my waistband onto those once it's prepared. I'm going to move it right into the crease and pin that all the way around. And now I'm using a small little zigzag, and then I'm just going to stitch that in place all the way around. It's like a holding stitch really, so stitch closer to the edge there than that centimeter, because you don't want this to show. It's just so it's in. Where the fabric is on the bias, that's where you need to put your waistband seam on, because that's the most drape and that will look the best in the front as well. And obviously it's the same as on the back because it's directly opposite. So if you do that, then you've got the most drape in the front of the skirt. I've got a snip here at the back, should have done that before. And then you stick that on as well. And then you should pin it really well all the way around. I made this skirt before the yoga skirt, and I actually tried to sew it on, as you can see here, with a triple stitch from the inside. So from the side where you have the skirt, not a good idea. And I do point that out on the yoga skirt, and you can see here why I was really struggling. So more pins and then sew it from the other side. So that's so much easier. But I thought I'd leave it in just so you can see that I struggle to occasionally and think, oh, I didn't do that very well. Could have done that better or quicker or easier. Now we only need to overlock the whole lot, and the skirt's already finished. So quick and so pretty. The overlocking is on the inside. See, there's nothing to this skirt. It takes about like half an hour to make. It's fantastic. The lining, of course, looks as super as the outside. I really love that. If it's peeping out, if you put a petticoat under, it's just overlocked here, so you've got a very clean finish. If you haven't seen the yoga skirt yet, this is it. It's got a very stretchy two-way jersey at the top, and then it's also lined in the same way as this skirt. If you want to see more of the Wonderland collection, then just visit the playlist Wonderland Collection on my channel. And thank you again for watching. Bye.